welcome back to the Onondaga Nation Arena for the final game of the night. Surprise, surprise, it's the Syracuse Stingers here in the losers bracket. They lost over at the arena to Texas Craft earlier. I was talking to Aaron Sky, number 3, right before the game, and a bunch of their players showed up late, so it kind of hurt them a little bit, and they lost. They are here to take on the Rochester Bats. Familiar facing goal for Rochester, John Setsky, who was the goalie for the Brooklyn Dodgers last year in the tournament. He is here now with the Rochester Bats. Final game of the night, we're underway, and in goal for the Stingers, it's good old Chase Martin, number 30. Stingers in the black jerseys with the yellow trim, black and yellow jerseys, black numbers. Rochester in their purple, brown and white trim. Brown numbers. Rochester has the ball. Quick shot and a score for Rochester, just like that. And that's number 26, Mike Cooper. So Cooper puts Rochester up 1-0. Not the start you want if you're Syracuse, especially after losing earlier today. You know, being we are in the town of Syracuse, both Syracuse teams lost. Syracuse teams are 0 for 3 today in the last 2018 tournament. Quick pass down the other end of a shot. Saved by Setsky. And one thing last year about him, he's an excellent goalie. He really is. He blocks a lot of shots. He's very good with his reactions. He reacts quick. And we got a penalty here against Syracuse. It's going to be on number 34, Leland Palace. Also, Cam Simpson, number 5, who played for Onondaga last year, is now a Syracuse Stinger. He was a big part in Onondaga, finishing 3rd in the last 2017. There was a Rochester team in last year's tournament, but they were known as the Rochester River Monsters. Rochester swinging the ball around, just 2 minutes into the game. Currently a man up over the Stingers. The fake pass. Here's Cam Simpson now for the Stingers. A shot saved there by Setsky. Nicely done. As the Bats have possession, that's number 71, Tim Riberich. Picked off by the Stingers. Guess who it is? It's Cam Simpson, a free lane. This should be an easy one. Behind the back, saved by Setsky. Talk about quick reactions. Got a lot going for, but the putback is good. So Syracuse gets on the board. That goal was scored by the Stingers, number 22. Derek Bennett. Derek doing a nice job. Mid-floor line, the ball is picked up by the Bats. Tied 1-1 here. Bats doing a nice job so far containing the Syracuse offense. Except that one free shot that Simpson had. Bats in transition. Here they come. A lot of the players from Rochester's team last year, known as the River Monsters, are now sporadically spread out on different teams. Syracuse not happy right now. Tied 1-1, 10:45 to go in the first half. Tom Scavetta here bringing you the coverage. Night one of the last NIA 2018 tournament. Quick behind the back pass and a shot. Ricocheted off the board behind the goal. Shot clock violation with 10.5 to go in the first. Though there are a few players from last year's River Monsters team still on this team, like you got Chris Crane, Adam Pulver, a couple familiar faces here and there. Pretty sure Mike Cooper might have been on it as well. Rochester with possession. There's Aaron Sky taken down. And Sky trying to grab that loose ball. Saved. Shot stopped by Sitsky. 1-1 is the score here early. Rochester transitioning into their offense. The shot stopped by Chase Martin. Down the other end, Syracuse. Quick transition score there by number 36, Dylan Lyons. He's on the board. Stingers up 2-1. So the Stingers have their first lead. Face off at mid-floor with the bats. Chase Martin picks up the ground ball. Stingers control the ball. There's Dylan Van Every. Paulus had it for a second. Quick scoop shot by the Stingers off the mark. Here come the bats. Bats doing a nice job moving the ball around. As they lose it, and the Stingers trying to track this one down. Let's see if they can. They do. Van Every fakes out Setsky. Fooled them very nicely there for the goal. So now the game is 3-1 in favor of the Stingers. Face off, won by the Bats. That's number 29, John Brandt over there. And he gets it right back. Quick shot, saved by Martin. See what we got here cooking for the Stingers. 6:12 to go in the first half. Nice behind the back by Cam Simpson. Palace couldn't handle it. There's Alex Cook. Pass over to Whitcomb. Simpson with the score. Flashed in very nicely, and that's his first goal. Stingers up 4-1. You can tell they're mad. They're frustrated from losing earlier a game. A lot of people predicted them to win. To see Cam Simpson get in the action, that's always a good sign. Another player actually back on the Rochester Bats this year, Colin Bauman, switched his number to number 5. You know, I didn't even recognize him. Colin Bauman wore number 45 last year. He actually was involved in some controversy outdoors in one of the outdoor rink games last year against Laser Sharks, as that goal will not count. 4-1 Stingers. And in the box goes Van Every. One-minute penalty. Here are the bats. That's Ty Thomas, number 3. Martin goes around to field it for the Stingers. Here comes Sky ahead to his teammate, Jordan Jarvis, but he couldn't finish. Here's Colin Bauman. Bauman put on some height from last year. That's part of the reason I didn't recognize him, as he clears it for the bats. Behind the back shot. No good. By number 92, here's Bauman again, number 45, in for the bats. It's crazy how you see these young players grow, and then the next year you don't even recognize them. The bats with a nice save there. Number 45, Bowman, clears it. Bats have an opportunity. Ball is dislodged away. 3:14 to go in the half. As the Bats trying to get back on defense to help out here. Stingers with a shot saved by Setsky. Here come the Bats yet again. A shot by Mike Cooper. Here come the Bats on defense. Here's Paulus. Quick shot, stopped by the boot of Setsky. Paulus does a nice job cutting off that clear attempt by the Bats. Stingers up 4-1. 1:50 to go in this half. This is the last game of the evening, folks. We'll be back tomorrow at 8:30 with more coverage. A shot by Paulus and a scorer. Nicely done by Neil Paulus. Puts Cuse up 5-1. So it'll be interesting to see how that unfolds. So tomorrow here in the arena in the morning, we're going to have, looks like Casey Powell against USA White, which should be a very interesting game. Two teams we did not see today here in the arena. Casey Powell Lacrosse Foundation came in 4th place last year out of 21 teams. But they're without Marty Bowes, which is going to be very interesting because Marty Bowes is on Team USA. So that would be more interesting. There's a goal there by the Bats. Syracuse not very happy right now, as that goal for Rochester was scored by number 92. That is Dakota Thompson. He was also on the River Monsters team last year. So they bring back the decent core of their team back down the other end. It's the Stingers again. Anytime you have Cam Simpson on your team, you're a threat to score. And if you can't stop Cam Simpson, you're in trouble. He puts the Stingers up 6-2. That'll do it for the first half. Your score at halftime. The Syracuse Stingers 6, the Rochester Bats 2. You're listening to Last Thing of 2018 here on Lax All-Stars.
What is the future of sport? The next evolution of athlete? Well, we hypothesized that athletes will develop the sixth sense, if you will, extremely heightened instincts. If you look across the animal kingdom, a sixth sense is innate to many species. With the right tools, our athletes can acquire an inexplicable connection to see without seeing, to feel without feeling, to do things that for thousands of years didn't seem humanly possible.
At Sisu, we take a very scientific approach to making sure our technologically advanced, doctor-developed, scientifically backed, industry-changing mouthguards are the most protective, lightest, talkable, breathable, comfortable, drinkable, removable mouthguards on the planet to guarantee you're protected. No matter what comes your way, the Sisu Next Gen. Sisu, talk, breathe, drink.
Hello and welcome back to the Onondaga Nation Arena here in Syracuse, New York. I'm Tom Scavetta bringing you coverage of the final game of the night. 14 games down. This is the last one we have here at the arena between the Syracuse Stingers and the Rochester Bats. Both teams lost earlier today up at the Fieldhouse. Stingers lost in an upset in my book. And the Stingers lead this one 6-2 as we go into the second half. Here come the Stingers. A shot there, ricocheted off the boot of Setsky. That was shot by Kobe Whitcomb. Setsky was a Brooklyn Dodger in last year's tournament, and now, a little jawing here. And Cooper is going to go right up with him. Kobe Whitcomb and Mike Cooper. Last year, Mike Cooper was involved in a lot of controversy here in the tournament for Rochester. But he heads back to the bench as he will serve a penalty. I believe it'll be a minute. Yep. Here's Rochester. Yeah, illegal cross check was the call on Rochester and Cooper. Here are the Stingers. Leland Powless puts it in. So the Stingers take advantage of the man-up opportunity. They go on top of this game 7-2. 2 minutes into this second half, and the penalty will end for Rochester. All right, and play resumes. Bats with possession. Yeah, Kobe Whitcomb's been nice so far. He's made some nice passes and took part on the assist there, as that ball is going to be fielded up by the Stingers. Bats got to hurry. Bats get back on D. Here come the Stingers. Stopped aside by Setsky, and Cam Simpson will pick it up. Stingers lasered in again, Van Every. Five different goal scorers for the Stingers in this game. They now lead 8-2 over Rochester. Under 12 minutes remaining in the final game of the evening between the Stingers and the Bats. Syracuse and Rochester going at it. And the face-off is won by the Bats. Bats with the ball now as it's picked up by Pulver, number 32. Rochester looking to operate their offense here. That's Dakota Thompson. Quick shot, forced aside by Chase Martin. Fires it ahead, and all alone is Leland Palace. Quick shot, stopped by Setsky. Over and back. And the Stingers here, Cam Simpson being pummeled against the boards there by a defender. Shot saved by Setsky. Rochester ball. So the Bats advance forward. Down 8-2, trying to cut their way back into this game. Here's Zach Crawford. Here are the Bats trying to do something with the ball here. They've really struggled. Ty Thomas nearly picked off by Van Every. Under 10 minutes to go here in the second half between the Stingers and the Bats. Stingers with the ball back here. Simpson lost it for a second. Ground ball to Loose. Picked up by the Stingers. Shot dislodged a little wide left. Over and back is the call. Rochester will have possession in just a moment. Mike Cooper, who just served a 1 minute for cross-checking a minute ago. Tom Riberich had it for a moment, and a goal. Riberich with a nice play. Number 71, that is. Score is now 8-3. Stingers lead. And facing off, it'll be Van Every for the Stingers. And for the Bats, it's going to be number 20. As the Stingers actually did not win that face-off. The Bats got it back. Nice pass across mid-floor here. Here come the Stingers pushing it defensively. A little bit of press defense there. Bats get it back. Oh, here come the Stingers actually now. It's Van Every leading the charge. Van Every will laser a shot off the foot of his teammate Alex Cook. Under 8 minutes to go in regulation. Bats get it back. Rochester trying to put in some work here late. Down the other end come the Stingers. Quick shot, stopped aside by Setsky. Save by Chase Martin. Stingers possession. So a 1 minute delay a game penalty. It's going to be on Rochester. Under 7 minutes to go. Serving that penalty for the Bats is number 3, Ty Thomas. Shot there. Good defense by Rochester, but Syracuse gets it back. Behind the back, here's Van Every. Leland Palace, a shot, saved. Caught up in the equipment of Setsky. Nicely done by the Bats there defensively. And actually, it looks like Ty Gabriel actually took over for Setsky in the net. There's another goal by Syracuse. Number 16, Leland Palace. Excuse me. Neil Palace. Off of Ty Gabriel. So the Stingers go up 9-3. His brother Leland Palace got the assist. Cam Simpson led that offensive attack. Let's see who wins the draw here. The Bats win it. They'll set up their offense now as Pulver, number 32, fires it over to Ty Thomas. Back to even strength here in Syracuse. Shot off the board. As Aaron Sky is trying to pick it up, he does. He just dribbles it ahead. Stingers taking their time here. It's Cam Simpson. Oh my goodness, did you see that? What a shot by Cam Simpson. Clearly fakes out the goalie. No chance right there for Ty Gabriel, and Cam Simpson has himself a hat trick. Stingers up 10-3, just 4:45 to go in regulation. Remember, tomorrow the first game starts at 8:30 a.m. If we're doing the math correctly, it should be Casey Powell against USA White. Should be a very interesting matchup. That skipped aside across the net. Grazed off the net, I should say. Here are the Stingers, 4:10 to go in regulation. Let's see what they can do here. Looking good. You know, it's not often that you see a team that loses their first tournament game to come back and score double-digit goals in the second. Stingers have been able to do that. And there's a goal scored by Rochester. That's John Brandt, who's been taking face-offs for them. Always good when the face-off guy gets in there for a goal. You know, because most face-off guys, they take the face-off and then immediately they get called off the field. In this case, the floor, since we're playing box, not outdoors. If you want to watch some more lacrosse on Lax All-Stars and on YouTube, over at the Field House, there's another game happening at 11:20 p.m. We'll be done in the next 3 minutes here with this one. The Stingers and the Bats. Stingers operating their offense. Good stop there by Gabriel. As the last game of the night, it's going to be the Bassam Bombers we'll finalize that in just a moment. On the other end now, Rochester, you got Aaron Sky playing some good, tough physical defense. Nicely done by Aaron Sky. Rochester still with possession, though, and they're facing a shot clock violation. So the final game of the night, it's going to be the Bassam Bombers against Gold Star Tel Aviv. That's actually going to be a very interesting matchup. Both teams played really well here today. Gold Star won their game 12-3 over Music City, and then Bassam shut out the Cleveland Demons 13-0. That was the only shutout of the day. I have all these scores here written in front of me. Another goal scored by the Stingers. Cam Simpson, as a little extracurricular there. I hope you got that on camera. Cam Simpson now with 4 goals. It is September, just so you all know. Cam Simpson with 4 goals on the night. Under 2 minutes to go, just 1:45 remaining in this game. The Bats trailing 11-4. Not a bad showing for the Bats, but the Stingers, you got to think, part of this onslaught here is they took out their aggression on losing earlier. This is a team that they won the first game that opened the tournament last year. You know, they're missing a couple of guys, not having Oakley Thomas, Roger Weiss. Not having those guys is big for sure. A shot there, wow, he missed by a mile. Leland Palace, kind of surprising. And a cross check from behind. It's going to be turned over. Syracuse, Leland Palace on Colin Bowman. Bowman fires it ahead to his teammate. And now there's some jawing going back and forth here on the left end. This is not how you want to end the night. Nevertheless, we have a play still going on. We're going to keep an eye on that. As Cooper has always been notorious for this type of stuff here at Lasnia. He is not afraid. As they get both those players off the floor. Under 40 seconds to go. Wow. Did you see that? Leland Palace. That's his second goal. Puts the Stingers up 12-4. If I'm Rochester, I keep Cooper off the floor for the rest of the game. Only 35 seconds. You want to make sure he doesn't do anything too out of the norm here. You want to keep him for tomorrow. Face-off, fought for by Van Every and Brandt. It's won by Brandt and the Bats. Nice pass there. A shot by Quentin Bender. 20 seconds to go. Rochester getting their last taste here of the night. Stingers pick it up. Stingers looking for one more. They're rushing down the other end. A quick shot and a score. Number 77, Jordan Jarvis. 8 seconds left in the game, and Jarvis gives Syracuse goal number 13 of the evening, 13-4. And Ty Gabriel having a chat with his defenders right now. Final 8 seconds tick off, and they're not even going to do much with it here. They're just going to throw it up. And that will do it. The Syracuse Stingers have defeated the Rochester Bats by a score of 13-4. And that is how night one will end here at Lasnia. This tournament has been presented to you by Nike, the main sponsor of Lasnia 2018. Here at Lax All-Stars. Action will start tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. right here in the Nation Arena. If you want to tune in for some more lacrosse, there's still a couple more games going on at the Fieldhouse I'm Tom Scavetta for our producer, Matt, here next to me, and all the camera people that have contributed today. We thank you very much for watching us here on Last NIA 2018 on Lax All-Stars. Good night, everyone.
What is the future of sport? The next evolution of athlete? Well, we hypothesized that athletes will develop the sixth sense, if you will, extremely heightened instincts. If you look across the animal kingdom, a sixth sense is innate to many species. With the right tools, our athletes can acquire an inexplicable connection to see without seeing, to feel without feeling, to do things that for thousands of years didn't seem humanly possible.
At Sisu, we take a very scientific approach to making sure our technologically advanced, doctor-developed, scientifically backed, industry-changing mouthguards are the most protective, lightest, talkable, breathable, comfortable, drinkable, removable mouthguards on the planet to guarantee you're protected. No matter what comes your way, the Sisu next